forget, guys.
Let's go
again,
game pertama apbren versus Eko. Gila nih match kelas dunia guys. Juara M4 versus juara M5.
Alongside your game ID and server.
Comment that.
Comment it down, and let's get ready for this matchup again. A
Lagi
best
nonton
of
jangan
three
lupa
here
like, subscribe,
between
oke,
the world
komen di bawah.
standards. It's Echo and
Let's go,
AP
let's go.
Bren.
Gila ini bener-bener cuman
Honestly, I was a little
JP
surprised about
diganti
the Lapu-Lapu
Yawi
showing
udah
up.
cuy.
Were you guys
Full
not like
roster
a
M4
little bit
Eko.
rattled? Like, what's the reasoning behind
All right.
this?
I have a simple way of tackling things wherein every time that the fan base is meta, Lapu-Lapu will always be meta.
Yeah.
Just because of that interaction, like where you're the one to kind of counter the
Kalti
fan
sih
base
anjay. Kalti ketemu
It's
mantan
pretty simple
timnya
for me.
bro
So
pas
just dive in on the Pharaoh's
M2
ultimate,
juara
your bravest
M2.
fighter.
Exactly, just free setup because one swing of your, or maybe two swings of your ult, you already have taken out the Netherrealm extra shields, and they will be stunned, and that's free setup for your
Hyper
stun.
banget.
And not
Beli
only
pakai
that, you
Roger.
actually get to compliment, and this could work also really well in the
Marco
final
pakai
slash, right?
Brody
Either
cow
for
keluar cow Brody-nya
the
coy.
after effect of that, when the Netherrealm is already kind of expended a little bit, or even to set it
Good
up,
point. Yeah, that's
to let that be available.
really
Brody
good
juara
point because,
dunia ini cok.
what you get from it, like, is extra vengeance. At the same time, you can swap between your initiations, right? You can start with the Arlet, you can start with the Lapu-Lapu, or vice versa.
Right. We're also seeing a little bit of a
Kalti masih lucu-lucu banget mainnya.
Lapu-Lapu is going lower in the pick percentage because the CC is just tearing through it at this moment. So again, it all depends on whether or not you're going to be aggressive or you're going to try to maybe just sustain up until the mid game, I guess, right?
Now,
Kalti, Flap Z, dulu mantan timnya Kalti harusnya.
we'll have to see
Gila
how
masih ada
Bren
mekanik
has to
Benny,
approach this
Kitty,
with the lineup
dan
they
Super
have.
Marco.
In terms of already having, you know, this Feramis pick, this Valentina pick, a matchup that we used to see so much of, we know that it draws fights out, like it draws team fights out here. And I'm wondering if it'll be a little bit different now that, you know, for example, we have that Roger playing a part of this lineup here. We have some burst potential. Uh-oh.
Waduh, JP-nya masih aman, Flicker masih bisa survive.
JP is absorbing the brunt of it. As AP Bren are getting ready to position themselves,
Oh, gue
trying to
level 4.
take this turtle. Obviously,
Sanji
both
middle
marksmen are
siapa
not
nih,
present
Sanji?
here. Flaptease is quite low, though. I think he still has the vengeance.
Yep.
Yes, he does. So that means it might just get reset here, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, so they're just kind of feeling things out here. Both teams, though, now have a lot of those level 4s available to them. You can see how it's still very calculated from both teams and how they want to approach even this first
Bener-bener
hurdle.
super big match
That's
ini
what's
mah guys.
expected from them in
Oh.
the 4-on-4.
Sanford,
There you go,
udah
Sanford
penalti
diving in,
buat ke
bravest
playoff.
fighter. He is looking at
Aman,
forward view,
langsung
and Carl TZ
tante
will
sama
get the
Carl
retribution
TZ.
while all that's
Gila,
happening. Right
gila.
now, everyone is
Buset,
just
itu ngumpul
compressed
banget,
into
Cok.
one area, and both teams are going to be used.
Flap
using that
Z-nya
Netherrealm.
mati.
And now the fight's happening. The sustained damage is actually better here
Super
on the side of
sama
AP Bren now. They will come out on top with
Gila
the
ini
kill.
mah ibaratkan
Okay, so they
Liga
trade there.
Champion ketemu
JP the one to go
juara
down.
Liga
AP
Champion,
Bren still
cok.
looking possibly for more here. They're going to back off, but it's a 1-for-1 trade for the turtle in favor of Echo.
Wow, what a long story
Warnya
that we
gua
just
nggak
saw. It's a
ngerti
matter
itu
of a
bisa
minute.
begitu.
It all started with a very weird rotation from Echo that allowed Kartizi to have level 5 over Kartizi, but didn't matter anyways because what they did was to sacrifice some of the XP on Sanji
Masih
so
aman
that
di
they will have
sini.
to wait for Sanji's ultimate to be up. And they also took so much time resetting the Lord that Kartizi caught up when it comes to the XP. Eventually, Sanji nailed a wonderful Netherrealm on his own. And JP with initiation. It's like a very long movie that we've seen in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
Duit
that's what I
masih
was mentioning
sama.
earlier, right? Like that's what the Feramis Valentino matchup is known for. It's those long exchanges, and they really draw things out. So when you take that into consideration in the hands of teams like this, like Echo and AP Bren, you're going to see a lot of this kind of micro play come into these fights, and that's where you really want to be able to pay attention
udah pasti
because
sama Marco
it's all about the
muncul dia
timing
mah
on
selalu
how they
dempet
expend
berdua.
that, especially
Udah
with
kayak apaan tahu.
Sanji having the Netherrealm himself over from Few. So again, as things kind of get situated here, there's not going to be anything drastic happening so far
Udah
because
skor
that's
masih
just
satu sama
how these
Sanford.
world caliber teams are going to play it out until
Masih ingin.
eventually,
Buset,
if you look at it statistically,
gila dipaksa
AP
mundur
Bren has been
flapnya.
known before that first Lord
Gila di ini cok, apa namanya di
make a
freeze.
play, and that's the swing for them. Now
Masih
Echo, on
aman.
the other hand, they like to just kind of go for it sometimes, even early
Kalti
on.
dikejar.
And that
Wah, dimakan.
possibly what they do here. They're going to
Oh,
poke
enggak
down a
dimakan.
little bit for Kyle TZ.
Gila.
But still,
Enggak
throw
dimakan,
now
Cok.
up. Take a look
Sama
at the
Kalji.
positioning here for both teams as
Mungkin
well.
buat turtle kali ya ultinya.
Gonna start it up. Gold lane still
Wah,
waiting
kalah
patiently,
setup
but
ini
look
ya,
at the
Bren.
pressure from Flap.
Meiko.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
up top.
It's really good right now. Obviously, we're seeing
Free turtle,
basically a
but
free turtle here for
Echo.
But yeah,
a trade.
Bren's getting a lot on the map as well. So
Yep.
it's basically they're trying to nullify
Item
each
guys,
other
item guys. Oh,
on the
Roger bikin
macro
mental
scale
per
of
dulu
things.
ya, baru endless.
This is where we start to go for trades, and this is probably why people are looking at the meta in the Philippines, why it looks quote-unquote boring, because sometimes teams have understood their power spike so much that in that case, like, the slight advantage that Echo has when it comes to EXP as well as damage, because they got the first turtle, AP Bren already decided we cannot fight second turtle with just trades, so they even up. It's just all trades. That's part of the reason why teams, or why viewers look at the Philippines and say it's boring. It's because of the better understanding of the
Masih
macro
aman
game that you
gila.
just
Ini
trade
nggak kayak
off.
sering banget suara ya.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying.
Masih kayak
It's
saling
really
mirroring
a
gitu coy.
disciplined approach as a region as a whole, right? It
That's
is. Now, if you're a viewer and you're watching some of the other regions, it's fun to watch all these clashes here and there. It gets a
Duitnya
little
bener-bener
messy. And you're like,
sama.
oh, that was exciting. But
Yeah.
also, there's a whole nother
Padahal
level to
turtle
it where it's
diamanin
exciting
oleh
looking at
Echo
how
dua-duanya.
they approach teams like this, approach these objectives, because we don't. Let's be honest, we all know that objectives win the
Yeah.
game.
Secara objektif
That's
masih unggul Echo
that's
harusnya.
what it is.
Yeah.
And the same can be said when you look
Tapi
at the
200
disciplined
udah jebol
approach
ya,
to
guys,
the
ya.
objectives.
Yeah.
These teams also take the disciplined approach to team fights.
Yep.
So even the team fights, for the most part,
Gila, ini
are
mah
not messy.
dua-duanya
you know,
bener-bener
and
high
some
macro
people
coy
just construe
harusnya.
that with messy as entertaining.
Exactly.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
Depends how
Apakah
you look at it. That's why
counter
I
AP
really
Bren
like
sekarang Echo
our international
atau
streamers. Big
masih
shoutouts to Trex.
di
Trex
atas
is
angin
entertained
AP Bren?
by this kind of gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And another restreamer named Mirko.
Who's Mirko?
Who's Mirko?
He's he likes something that starts with Viva and ends with Max. So shoutouts to Mirko. He's also restreaming right now.
What's
He's
up?
bored about this stuff because he's a messy player, you know.
He is.
He is.
I've seen him jungle.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Mirko.
What's up,
Oke,
Mirko?
turtle dicolek-colek
Shout
sama
out to
Kalji.
all the restreamers here.
Sanji
as
sama
part of the
JP-nya dari kiri.
broadcast. Now, once again, Turtle's going to be up here. Third
Wah,
one of
5
the game.
versus 5
AP
versus
Bren
5.
going for a fight.
Oh man, JP's dancing
Wah,
in and
Turtle
out
lepas.
of these ones, and he has to use that
Didapetin
flicker to
Benny, Cok.
basically
Malah.
survive. Right now, though, Sanford,
Okay, what?
he's not done. Trying to get that fight started,
Orang
and
guilty.
bullets are flying everywhere. Both teams
Wah,
flying
gila,
under the
menang
nether
Bren
realm
waktu
right
itu.
now, and
Benny?
healthier HP bars belong to AP Bren.
Whoa.
Paul TZ, he doesn't really have that much sustain left
Wah, gila,
anymore.
menang Bren
Ultras
cowoknya.
already used up here, and Flap TZ, he's
Kyle?
yo-yoing
Kyle TZ
himself
mati.
into
Benny
the fight.
kiti.
Benny Cutie still got some firepower with that like
Masih garuk.
bounce, and it looks like it is going to be,
Anjir.
feels like even Stevens for some
Ah,
reason.
Bren cok warnya.
At the end of the day, it looked really good.
Kayaknya nyebelin
It looked
banget
good,
sih.
though.
It
Oh,
looked good,
miss.
right? And
Tarikannya.
Sanji was very disciplined. I gotta say, big props to Benny Cutie. Very clean gameplay from the Roger, taking advantage of the Lycan
Aduh,
pounds.
Benny tuh kayak
And also
ngeliat Benny
the way
Cutie
that
tuh
he
kayak lebih
switches
cocok
between
main
range
hero posisi,
and
anjir.
melee mode.
Oh,
As
Roger
he's
kan
able
hero
to
masuk
just
kan.
kite through the members of AP Bren. It looked really bad for Echo, but he kind of salvaged it. Nevertheless, I think it was Kyle TZ as well as
Look at
Ogwen
this.
that really made this look good for AP Bren. The way that they
Gila,
are kind of
ketarik
look at them
lagi
in and
Kyle
out.
TZ-nya
You're
sama
looking at
si
AP
Pel.
Bren. In and out of the fight.
Pow.
Eventually, Kyle TZ goes down. And this could have been very bad for AP Bren, but they dodged it in the end. Good clash from both teams.
Yeah, that could have been so much worse. It looked
Yeah.
really bloody. And at the same time, people were juggling HP bars
Atas
between
masih di
each other.
defend.
You know how that's just... One of your stickers will say this. That was a masterclass of how the team fight.
Yeah, it was. And real quick, as we get ready for the next objective here, items, how's it looking, Wolf?
Okay, so one thing that really shocked me was the choice from Benny Cutie. And this is Impure Rage, Roger. We saw earlier it was the
Gila,
marksman
Karbo
emblem.
dapat 2 cok.
Right now,
Benny
he went
Cutie.
in for Impure Rage. And his first item actually wasn't
Duit
the
masih
typical
tidak
ones. He
terlalu
went
jauh
for
ya,
the
guys, ya.
Windtalker first, focusing on farm and objectives.
Yeah, basically, faster attack speed and faster move speed get
Exactly.
towards those gold sources a lot quicker.
Okay, with that, next resource here, as they play around it, the next objective is going to be this Lord up. AP Bren not able to find the pickoff they were looking for. They did get the Daytonas a welcome up, but it's just going to be back up by the time that Echo decides to actually go ahead and contest this. But you still see the focus on the map, especially from Flap here on the bottom side now with the CC
turbonya
pushing
dapat
there
Flap G.
as he goes and grabs that. So they get another turret to work around with. And right now, AP Bren has to decide how they want to approach this. They still don't have a clear signal on taking this Lord. So they'll just kind of wait and feel things out. Either of these teams, if they can get the mid turrets down to tier 1, but right now it's a stalemate.
Yeah, obviously the CC really does command that you look at the map, or else you will lose a big chunk of these turrets.
Wah, Sanji
right now, though, we're seeing a flicker already used up. Sanji already used up a lot of what he has in the barrel. It's still going to be happening here. Fight erupting in few already. Gonna be taken out. Flickers used by Sanford. Nice dodge here. Tries sidestep, and Vengeance on the CC means that it will be a disengage for AP Bren. It looked really bad for Echo, but they came out on top.
Kelas Dunia Memang Beda, bro.
In that pole even. Still going.
Oh, they're still going. They're happy to throw out this final slash here, knowing that Few actually does not have the flicker available, or the fire available rather. And now it's going to be Flap TZ suffering here. The sustained damage here from Echo is just, it's really hard to stop. And of course, they're not done. Sanji with a re-engage as well. The final slash is already back up. And they are taking bodies right now. Kyle TZ looking for someone to hit with the Appraiser's Wrath, but no one's home.
Marco, okay, he's going to survive, but holy moly, Echo comes out swinging, getting multiple members of AP Bren. And that's their go signal now for this Lord.
AP Bren just
bro. Few was already tagging so much, and even after he pops his ultimate, Flap TZ went in for the fight. He smelled blood, and he went for it. He got baited by the bubble of Echo. And then eventually, you can see Sanji
udah harus pasti megang ulti Paramis sih.
We're gonna see it. Look at this. Look at how composed he is. He goes back even with a sliver of health, knowing that he can take out Ogwin. And what a final slash coming out from JP. Eventually followed up by Carl TZ. They're wonderful out there. And now they stop the Appraiser's Wrath that could have been disastrous for them. And with just one clash, Echo is bona fide the leader of this game.
And you know what? Most people on Sanji's position right there, with 1 HP and one of the torn apart memories going for your face, you would back off completely. But no, he went forward. That was beautiful to watch.
That's just the confidence that the former world champions will have here. Again, going against the current world champions. So right now, AP Bren going to deal with this Lord. Should make quick work of it. The big question is how much space advantage does Echo get out of this play? And we'll see that in just a bit as they make their way for the resources here of AP Bren. And really, it kind of comes to the question. Hold on, they go pull.
There you go. Nice pullback here for AP Bren. That will net them a Sanford kill. Sanji forcing flicker out as well. Ooh, you already have Conceal used up. So both teams are really expecting a lot of resources just to stay alive, basically.
And there's so many tools here for both teams to kind of initiate, peel, or just bait things out.
Is this boring?
Highlight, is this boring?
Is this boring?
Is this boring, guys? Oh, look at this! Oh, they got separated by a mountain there. But the CC ult still pretty much going to be useful here, keeping them together. 3v5, still no problem here for Echo as they go straight into the heart of the AP Bren volleyball. And JP not going to have enough to sustain anymore. It is a massacre of damage coming in from the bees.
Benny's back. Right now, AP Bren gonna keep running it down mid, pushing down this mid lane, possibly to get a tier 2 turret. They've got the numbers. They want more here.
Oh my god.
AP Bren still pushing the pressure in the mid.
Oh, what a pull.
Yeah, this looks really bad here. Even the torn apart memory available. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you noticed, Wolf, but you were just going insane.
Wolf is breathing. He's so bored. Are you bored, Wolf? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained, everyone?
Yeah,
man, I may not have my wisdom teeth anymore, but I can't hold this anymore. Because Flap TZ lost the fight for the team fight. Like if you basically lost the Lord for Echo. Yeah, I mean for AP Bren and gave it to Echo. But then in the last fight, you saw how well he managed to zone out the members of Echo. So basically, he zoned out 2 members because of his ultimate. And that allowed apbren to isolate Carl TZ. And then, because of the pool that you get from Few, Carl TZ doesn't have any of his teammates anymore because they were zoned out by Flap TZ. And that was a beautiful, I don't know actually if Flap TZ meant for that ultimate to go that way where there's a cloud that separates 2 members of Echo and they're practically stunned both of them because they cannot move away from each other. I don't know if that was intended, but that was the result. They zoned out Carl TZ because of that, isolated Carl TZ, which meant that apbren took 3, and now they have gotten the lead back again.
Well, with that, lead or not, apbren going to go ahead and start up this Lord to take it on their side here, but Carl TZ has the information he needs as well. Big item pickup for Super Marco. Sanchi doesn't have an ultimate yet. He's got to hold on and find the right one here, but take a look at the positioning. Lord's going to go through this phase for a while until they push it in. Ogwin, though.
Yep, nice pullback there. Carl TZ going to be using up the CC immunity of the Barretts. Just try to stay alive, but look at that. Sanji's going to be one who's caught here by the Yo-Yo Blitz of Flap TZ. I think he still has the curry call. They've already used it up, making sure that Echo can't get out of this fight anymore. Now the fight's happening right now. HP are still very much healthy here for apbren, who have maximized the use of the NetherRealm. And now it's going to be JP falling.
Oh man, it's only Benny Cutie. apbren, we don't even need the Lord. They say, let's push it down the mid. And it's Benny Cutie against apbren.
The Orcas are going to be the one. Make sure to click that goodie bag on your base, on your TikTok app, as they are going to be walking and making short work of that base inside. It's 1-0 for the world champ.
Tidak bisa dibohongi guys ya.
The world champs